Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms. So you join me while I'm finishing the rolling in field 15. So we got field 17 all rolled last time and we got some dirt down and some lime down. So we're just getting this field rolled and then we'll get it lime spread as well. And then we're going to move on and do some more contracts because we've been talking and we'd like to get field 16 in between the two fields. We'd like to get that bought and we're thinking we'd like to do some chickens in there. Maybe not necessarily in field 16 but possibly in the yard, but I don't think we've got enough room. But either way we need field 16 and then we could possibly get some chickens in there at the back end and then do a combinable crop at the front. So we're just getting this field rolled. It won't take many minutes for this roll. It's not too bad and the fast track doesn't seem to be struggling with it at all, so that's good. Done the headland, so we're just going up and down and getting it rolled in, and then I'll jump on the lime spreader and we'll get some lime spread. We are going to be doing quite a few contracts today, try and make some money up. I think we're looking at about £74,000 for that field 16, so it's quite a jump from the £2,610 we have at the moment, so it's doable, but we will need to do quite a few contracts. Once we get established though, get a few more fields under our belt, we could be in for the money. So once we start harvesting our own crop, we should be getting somewhere and we can get some bigger equipment and get some bigger fields. Now we had toyed with the idea of putting chickens in the back of 16 and making the rest of it popular. Not really done a lot of popular on here, but I think it might be worth a shout. So it's something we possibly might do, but obviously we'd have to buy the popular planter, which isn't the end of the world. I think they're £26,000. They're not overly expensive, so it wouldn't be the end of the world to buy one. We'd have to buy popular as well, but yeah, again, I think it does 200 seedlings per box, so you don't particularly need too many. But yeah, let's get cracked on. I'll get this last bit of this field done, then we'll spread some lime, and then we'll move on to some contracts. Right, so that is the lime spread and rolled. So we're all done there now. Just having a look through the contracts. There's not an oval lot really. A couple of drilling ones. That's a big field for 11 grand. Reckons cost of materials £171. Oh, I don't think so on that one. A bit of a ploughing job, but reckons it'll take 15 minutes. So the only one is a hoeing job, or we move on because it's not really worth it for 1500 quid. So we'll just see how Woody's getting on. He's got 4 trees remaining. So let's go have a look. Field 63. Let's go see if we can find a Woody in the forest and give him a hand. I think we'll be moving on. We only stayed in March really, so we could get the last bit of field work done for our own fields. So just having a look through the forest. Looks like he's been this way, so I'll go the other way. Go down the middle. Sometimes there's a dead wood at through the middle of the field. Yeah, they're not too hard to do, these deadwood ones, but there's one right there. Although this one is just outside the ring, which is a bit naughty, but we got it. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, Woody's slacking a bit here. We've got 2 in the time it's taken to walk over. Oh, look at that. I finished the contract. So, yeah. No, that's no worries. I will now message him and see if he wants to move on. And see what he says. The whole contract should be loads better in April. That's when all the drilling and stuff. It's not as good as the harvesting ones. The harvest ones in, you know, August and that lot are so much better. But yeah, right, let me go to bed and I'll see you guys in April. So you join me in April. I've just took out a big hoeing contract, and I'm just taking out a stone contract as well, so we've got plenty to do. It does appear to be raining at the moment, but the forecast says it shouldn't be raining, so it should stop relatively soon, I'm hoping. So it has suggested we put a weight on with this thing, but don't know why. But we'll put it on. I presume it is just a hoeing contract. It has got a seed unit on. Don't particularly think we need the seed unit. So let's have a look. So we are going to weed field 19, which is straight up the main road towards our yard. So nice and easy to get to. Before I forget, I keep forgetting to turn the traffic back on since the accident we had the other day. So we'll get that switched back on, and we'll see how much harder it is now to manoeuvre around the map with a bit of traffic. But yeah, I'm going to head down to field 19. We'll start this one. This is a £10,000 job, so not too bad really. The stone picking one's a 21 grand job, so I'd imagine that's going to be a bit more involved, but yeah, not a bad contract really. It comes with a nice trailer. Should be able to sell the stones as well off the contract, so should be fairly good. Right, I'll see you guys over at the field. Right, so I've started the weeding job. Woody has took the lettuces plus sale, so we've got £17,000 off them. We're just doing the headland to start with, and then we will move into going up and down the field. It's a bit of a weird shape, but it shouldn't take too long. I'm surprised how slow the weeder is though. 7 mile an hour, so it does feel like it could be a bit faster, but you never know. But yeah, we'll get cracked on, and if we don't accept the contract, I might even be cheeky and borrow this to go do our fields. Just because we haven't got the equipment yet. We'll soon have it bought, but we'll probably buy a sprayer instead of a weeder per se. But yeah, let's get this done, and then if we can, we'll be cheeky and borrow it for our own. Right, that is this contract all done. So we are just going to quickly run over to our field and see if it'll let me weed our fields. Shouldn't take too long because we've got quite small fields at the moment. This one's a lot bigger. This one didn't take particularly long, to be fair. I say it's only the working speed's just a bit slower than what I was expecting, but other than that, it was fairly quick. So our yard is just up here, so we'll quickly nip in and see if we can't do ours. If it doesn't let us, not a problem. We will save up and get a sprayer. So we do need to check the sale. I haven't checked the sale today. I don't even know if we've got weeds in our fields, but we'll soon find out. And then we can have a quick look and see if we can get them out, and then we will collect our money, do some more contracts. Right, so here we are at our first field, the bigger one of the two. So we'll just see if we can get around this corner. Oof, just get through that. So let's have a look, see if we are weedy. So yeah, we can get away with just a weeder at the moment. So let's just see if it will let us do it. And if it will, that is hunky-dory. We'll get our fields done. So let's have a look. Yeah, so it won't let us. Don't think it's going to let us do it. Yeah, it's not going to let us do it. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. It would have saved us a few quid. So let's collect the money off that one. And while we're looking, let's just have a look on the old store. See if there's anything in used machinery. So telehandler on there, 75,000. Conveyor belt, nice vent, big corn header. I don't think there's anything that particularly attracts us. I mean, that's not too bad, but it's 50 metre, unrealistic. So yeah, there's nothing really on there. So let's have a look at the contract list, see what's kicking about. There's a SOP contract in field 55. Another weeding job just behind our field. Same setup. Everything else pretty low value. So I think we're gonna do that one. Another weeding job. And let's take a case this time. And there we go. So nice big weeder. We'll get this hitched up and then I'll travel over to field 26 and we'll get some weeding done. I've just had to run our tractor and trailer over to Woody, who appears to have not turned his machine back on because he's bombing it down the field. Just because he was full, and we've had to empty the stones out. So we brought our trailer because it was more local. I did put this on a worker while I was driving across the map, but I will now take over and I'll get this all done. So it shouldn't take too long, I don't think. It seems to be going rather quick. So we'll quickly run over it and get it finished. Right, so there we are. Another weeding contract all done. So let's collect the dollar for that one. Another £9,000 into the kitty. And let's have a look. So we haven't got anything of great value at the moment, but that is very close to the yard. So I'm going to go quickly rush over. So this is a hoeing one opposed to a weeding one. Basically the same thing, just the hose for bigger weeds. So we'll get this banged on. Field's right next to the yard, so it shouldn't take too long. We've got one of these strange tractors. I don't actually know where these are from. It's not a tractor I'm overly familiar with. Reckons it's got 255 brake horsepower. But the proof will be in the pudding. Let's see how it copes with the hill. There we go, get the weight on, level the load out. So at least this one's a lot easier to take down the road than the last one. That last one is probably just a bit too cumbersome for these roads. So, brought into the mailman. So yeah, these are a lot better to run down the road when you don't hit things. But yeah, the field is literally just up here, so I don't know if the entrance is... Is it down here, the entrance? I think it might just be the other side of the train tracks. Because this is... Yeah, it's just the other side of the train track, so we'll get across there. Nice little shortcut, misses the roundabout out. Don't get stuck on the traffic on the roundabout then. But yeah, so here we are at our hoeing jobs. As you can see, the weeds are slightly a bit bigger in this one. Not massively bigger. But the hoe, that's what the hoe's for, the weeder is for those little, pretty much day one weeds. Oh, I think I've dropped the weight opposed to, yeah. There we go. Right, I'm going to set to, hopefully this doesn't take too long. It's less money, so I can't imagine it's going to be a massive job. And as you can see, pulls them weeds right out. So yeah, good little bit of kit, and this is what we'll probably end up getting. If not one of these, we'll just get a sprayer. But there's something to be said about taking the weeds out with a weeder or a hoe, opposed to spraying them. When you spray them, it sort of leaves all the deadness in the field. It does look a lot smarter to do this and rip them all out like this. Right, I'll get cracked on and I'll see you guys shortly. Right, so yeah, that was a nice, easy, quick hoeing contract. So really not too shabby. So we'll get that one collected. I think Woody's 40% through now of his field. It's a big old field to pick stones in, that is, with just a standard thing. So it says he's 36.9% of the field worked through. So yeah, it'll be a while yet. So we've got a bale wrapping job. There's some sewing job there. I actually quite like the look of this bale wrapping job, and I think we're gonna have a go at it. I haven't done one yet on it, so bale wrapping's usually pretty straightforward. So I think this has got front hitch, so we'll chuck it on the front opposed to the back end. And let's go find our field and wrap some bales. So not too sure where we're going. Oh, look at that, not too far away either. So it looks like we've got to go over the train tracks, up into the yard you start with, which is this one here, which one day we might buy. And then it's the field, one of the fields you actually start with if you start this game, with the starter farm, whereas we've started it from scratch because we're working our way up there. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, I'll head over there now and we'll get these bales wrapped. It can't be too many because it's only £4,000, so I'm not expecting millions of bales to be wrapped. You'll have to mind my crazy up and down, my farm stick still playing up a little bit. But yeah, no, so we'll get over there and we will get this field all baled up. So here we are. So we've got a very similar one in Chipping Norton. This has just got the 3-point hitch on it. So I think it just works the same way. One of our bales, by the looks of it, is rolling across the field in the field next door. I don't know how that's happened. There you go. You see it's in the field next door to the field we're meant to be working. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, because I presume that's one of ours to wrap. And look at it still rolling down the hill. There wasn't a fence there, I'd just run around and go get it, but we're going to have to find the entrance into that field and go grab it. So yeah, very strange. Must have glitched and the bales decided to roll off into a different field. Yeah, let me go grab the rest of these. I don't think there's many. We're already 21% done. So, oh yeah, look at this. So they're all, it looks like this contract, they've all sort of just rolled away. But it does make wrapping them easier, so we'll get cracked on and we'll get it sorted. Right, so that's another one. Nice, easy bale wrapping jobs up. Bit strange that bale had glitched into the field next door, but we soon got it sorted. So that's another £2,800 into the kitty. So there is a sewing job. Yeah, I'm not too keen. There's a rock removal job right next to Woody, quite far away, for £2,000. Couple of fertilising jobs. That one's right next to the farm, so I'm gonna accept that because we can take ours to go do that. There's a dead wood as well. We'll accept that. So we'll jump and do the dead wood, then we'll jump into our fertiliser spreader and crack on with that. That's that quick fertilising job done. Adding it back to the yard and emptied the drill out because we'd run out of fertiliser, but we got that one done so we can collect the money. Looks like Woody's about 60% through that contract now, so he's having a good old sesh doing that field. We're just using the entrance through Katie's field. She's not done anything with the field yet, so it's not too bad. So, collect both of my earnings there. Perfect. So what have we got? Another fertilising one over there. So it reckons we need 312 litres and we can only carry 300. Both of them are right next to each other, so I'll get it accepted and I'll head over there and we'll probably end up doing both of them. So it looks like Woody's having fun about 3/4 of the way through and of the field, and it's still saying he's got quite a way to go, so must be a lot of stones in that last bit of the field. But I'm sure he'll find them all. And so we're going to head over now to the first contract, and then we might have to nip to the store, pick up some more fertiliser, and then we can get the next one done. Yeah, not too bad, the fertilising jobs are nice and easy. So we'll run our JCB and we'll get a few bits done. There we are, another fertilising contract all done and dusted. So that's another £3,000 for the kitty. So there's one more fertilising job and it's not a million miles away, so we might as well go get it done. There's a massive weeding job as well. Reckons it'll take an hour to do though. But it is a £17,000. It'd be a good one to put on a worker, must admit, but yeah, so we've accepted, I believe I didn't accept it. Let's accept that. we've got a bag of fertiliser on the front, so we are here, so it's only just back down the road, so it's nice and local. So we'll go get that one bashed out. It's another £1,000 into our kitty. So it is getting dark and we'll soon have to leave April, but Woody's still got 15% of his contract left and then he'll be done. There we are, a quick, easy fertilising job, all complete. Ooh, biggish one's coming near the store. 409 litres, so we have actually got that on our front loader, so might as well crack on, get another £4,000. So we'll head back to the yard. So we've got 782 litres on board at the moment, so we might as well get it all used and spend it on contracts. Right, so we got that one done all nice. It did use a bit more than it said it was going to do, but it's not the end of the world, so let's get that collected. Woody has now completed his contract, but I think he's going to go and try and sell the stones. So there's a deadwood one there. I'm going to take the accept that deadwood one while he's doing that. But first, we're going to run the JCB back up to the yard. We've got 331 litres of fert left, so I'm going to take that back to the yard because we will need it for the drill in due course. So let me head back to the yard and then we will get this deadwood completed. Right, Woody's just collected the money from his contract. Yet again, we can't seem to tip the stone in the debris crusher, so we don't know if there's a problem with it or it's just something we're doing. I've just tried to use super strength to lift it into the top one to see if that worked, but it still didn't accept it. So we're not too sure what's going on with that, but just been on the phone with him, and yeah, we think it's a good time to buy field 16 now. Add to our portfolio. So it's only £53,000 with discount. So we have now own field 16. We'll purchase the information and let's jump over there and have a look. We've got £30,000 to play with. Now, if we've got enough, I think we're going to put a chicken coop down the back here somewhere. So I don't know quite yet what we're going to do. I'm going to leave the construction up to Woody. He's better than it than I am. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of different. So you could go for like this sort of chicken coop like we've got in Carpston. It's a very nice chicken coop. Fairly big. Holds 100 chickens, which probably more than ample than what we need. There's a £25,000 one there, which holds 140,000 chickens. So that might 140,000, 150 chickens. So there's quite a few options. There's one there holds 250, but we just need a few more pennies. But yeah, there's plenty of options we have here. So Woody will be sorting that out for us in the bottom field, but well, at least we now own 3 fields. So obviously we've missed April drilling, but we can put something in May. So we could put corn in, we can put olives in, parsnips, red beet, rice, although it's not a rice field, sorghum, soybeans, spinach, silage maize. So yeah, there's quite a lot we can put in next time, and I'm sure we will get something put in. So we're just having a look through, but yeah, nice field. I'm glad we've got it. Oh, it says it's got green beans in it. So we'll probably rip all the green beans out, because we're not leasing on this series, and we would need a harvester. So what we got, I actually didn't think it was planted, so it's not the end of the world. We could get something like this, but would be 30 grand into something we probably don't want to harvest, or we're £498,000 into something. So I'm not sure if that's the route we'll go. We'll probably end up ripping it all up and putting our own crop in it. I think Woody's just in the process of building the chicken enclosure, so we'll just put flight mode on and we will jump in the air and we'll wait for him to get it sorted. So let's have a look, and then you'll see in real time the chicken enclosure being built. And there we are, 1 chicken coop, all boars. So as you can see, he's gone for the nice 150 chicken one. We can't afford the chickens at the moment, and we will need to buy some food, or we need to grow some wheat. So we could grow some wheat in this field, to be fair, dig it up, put wheat in, but obviously we can't put wheat in until, let's have a look. So barley would be September, and wheat is September 2. So yeah, we haven't got any winter wheat or winter barley on this map, but we could do spelt. But yeah, we'll probably plant something like sorghum. We could actually put sorghum in, because that chickens will take. So if we have a look down there, next month we could plant. Where is it gone? Sorghum, yeah. The planting April, May, and then harvest with September. So yeah, buy some food for now if we make some money next time, and yeah, we'll get some chickens. But I think that's a perfect place to leave it. So we've got another field, and we've got our chicken enclosure ready for when we can afford some chickens. So if you look, that is what we own now. 3 fields and a chicken coop. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please leave them below. And if you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, you'll get to see us by our little chickens. We'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.